Hi Year 6, sorry about the dodgy quality of this video. The laptop I'm using to record doesn't actually have a webcam, so I'm trying to hold my phone in a position that doesn't look so dodgy. I'm in my garage at the moment. It's starting to rain. It's Sunday. I'm sure it's raining at your place too. Anyway, I'm thinking about your STEM project for the next 2 weeks. And I think most of us are at the point where we need to start looking at the ice cream recipe that you're going to choose. So in your Google Classroom, I've posted links to a few recipes, so you can only choose from the recipes that I've given you, but you need to, I guess, explain why you've chosen that recipe. I mean, you want to choose obviously a recipe that of a flavour of ice cream that you like, I get that, but I really want you to think about the task here, and that's to keep your ice cream frozen for as long as possible, because when Year 5 eating and buying your ice cream, they'll be marking you, they'll be grading you on how frozen it still is. So I guess your main focus really should be choosing a recipe that you think will stay frozen longer in your esky. And that's dependent on two things. One, the quality of your esky, and two, I guess, the ingredients of your ice cream. So you're going to have to do a little bit of research before I actually give you the thumbs up and the ingredients to actually make your ice cream. So researching the liquids and some of the other ingredients that go into your ice cream, and explain why, I guess, you think, or even some evidence that you can find that will support you choosing that recipe, and why you think that's going to stay frozen longer than, say, another recipe. So obviously with ice creams, a very common ingredient is things like milk and stuff. So you'd be looking at perhaps the freezing point of certain liquids, and looking at how other ingredients in your ice cream recipe are an agent or act in a way that keep things frozen a little bit longer. So once you've done that, you have to submit to your teachers and me your reasoning why. And I'm looking at really sound reasoning. I don't just want random comments like, oh yeah, I just think milk's going to stay frozen longer if we use heaps of it rather than a little bit like the other recipes. That's not really good enough. I want to see evidence that you've researched it. If you can come up with some evidence to support your reasoning, that would be fantastic. But if you can draw conclusions from your research yourself that I think and your teachers think is good reasoning, it might not be correct, but your reasoning might be quite good, then we can give you a thumbs up and say, okay, you're ready, here's, provide you your recipe, all your ingredients, and you can make the ice cream. So after the first step, which is, again, choosing and providing reasons why you've chosen that a specific recipe, the second thing is you will have to fill out a Google form, which basically you have to work out how many ingredients you need and quantities of all those ingredients. So whatever you submit to me in that Google form and the quantities, that is exactly what you will be given. If there are any mistakes, you're going to have to come up with a solution yourself, and I won't be allowing solutions like I'll go home and get the rest ingredients tomorrow. No, you're going to have to come up with a solution there and then when you're provided with the ingredients that you tell me that you need. So your Google form, you basically, it shouldn't be too hard. If you read the recipe correctly, you should know the quantities and the types of ingredients you need. So again, just read carefully. If you got any questions, send emails. It's the best way for me to get information to you quicker during the day rather than waiting to your STEM sessions with me. And I really look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Cheers, see you soon. Okay, so something I forgot that was super important to this whole process is the recipes you'll be looking at quite often will have measurements in ounces and things like that. It's up to you to convert them, but you also need to work out how much you need to fit into a cup approximately this size. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the cups of ice cream you can get from any old supermarket, whatever. They call them Dixie cups, but you only need enough ice cream to fit into this. So if the quantities you give me are for like 3 or 4 litres, you totally have done the wrong thing, and that's okay. Okay, I'll be able to help you out with that. But your final, submission when you need your ingredients for your recipe, you need to work out how you can change the amounts for the recipe to roughly make enough ice cream for this. Now, if you go a little bit over the top, that's pretty good, because some of these recipes are for a lot more than this. So I need to see evidence that you've scaled it down. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do that. I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out. Talk with your friends, get online, work out how to convert between certain units of measurement and your own knowledge. You know how to do a lot of these things. But remember, a cup about this big, that's all the ice cream you'll be selling. Okay? Think Dixie cups. If you don't know what they are, do a quick Google search. You'll find them. That's all, I hope. Bye.